Hello, 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 everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here once more for another session of our amazing Success for One Academy. I'm here to teach you, like I've been doing for maybe a month now, a different series of how leadership for entrepreneurs it's um, it's done these days. Okay, and how we can empower our leadership for different people around the world with this digital era, and perhaps with a commitment of being as an entrepreneur, being that example, being that leader. So thank you so much for having you here. I do see here our Queen Nadia. I really, as always, being here with us. We have Ramesh Kumar, who's helping in controls, and Derek Herbert, who's always been here. And I do see also Dr. Rashid Kara Ahmed. Well, it's a blessing to be here. Like I said, I always said that I'm a student, as you are, and all are, because we're learning as we go in the process of life. Everything we do, we change, improve, get better at, and also get results. So let's start today.
Sister Rosemarie,
Yes.
I want just to ask Derek, because Derek is promoting our course of leadership, and he brought someone also today. And I want our son Derek to introduce his guest with us also.
Sure, by all means. Oh, yes, I do see more people here. Yes.
Then we know who is with us.
Sure, sure. I see Nija, Chafen, Hafe, Techno Park, and another person just.
Derek, so please, if you can just introduce.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My greetings to Professor Rosemary. I think today I'm introducing my brother Hopkins, the one who has joined with Techno Pop 5. Is very, very willing and interested to learn more from your teachings about leadership in entrepreneurship. So I just wanted to make sure that I introduce him before you start the class. I may also request him if he can also introduce himself. Mr. Hopkins, Karasa, you can unmute your mic so that you can introduce yourself to the professor, even as we get into the class now.
Sure, that would be great. Thank you. So he brought Techno Spark, and we love to hear from you to know who you are. This is a welcoming time for all of you. We're big people with big heart, and as our mentor Queen Nadia has said always, this is the academy. Success Word One for people. So it is great that you're being here. Um, I don't know if he can talk. It seems like he's not opening his microphone, but perhaps you can do so anytime, okay? We have Inga Sarchilava. Hi, how are you? We have Tega Okoro. Thank you for being here. And we have Dr. Rashid, who's having his upper hand raised up. So yes, you can talk.
Hello, if you like. Hello everyone from Georgia. Warm greetings from Georgia.
Oh, nice amazing!
Oh, thank you.
Thank you from Georgia. Wow, Dr. Rashid, you want to say something before we start? Already.
I think you can go ahead, Professor Rosemarie, and maybe they can speak at the end. So that's it.
Sure. I see. Okay, one moment. Here. Okay, let's start now. Okay, let's start now. And then as I go along with the class, I always ask questions. We always interact, because this class is not only about me talking, it's about you also giving your ideas, strategies that we can always be empowered through us. Okay, so thank you very much. So as you may know, I'm a coach of business and marketing. I've developed many businesses during the process of over 15 to 20 years. I really love working with people, empower people, giving them advice how they can perhaps have a plan to do the business that they're doing and what strategies they can use in order to believe and do something that's powerful, right? And then go through the steps and how they can increase their revenue, income, etc. So we have spoken about leadership, which is really important. Today's day, we see it in any way that we're doing things. Leadership is not something we create. Leaders, we are as we raise um, always our beliefs. But leader, it's been from day one you were born. You know, that's a capacity that's been given to you since day one you were born in this planet, in this beautiful earth. Okay. The only thing is that we have to empower that leader, that's you. Okay. And through many different of knowledge and perhaps doing and things that you develop, you will see how the ability of yourself in raise other groups, even organization, how you lead into it and guide other communities. Okay. So it is important that you understand you're a leader. Okay, that's the first thing you need to always have in your mindset. I'm a leader. By consequence, I have a responsibility, and that responsibility I have different terminologies that may work between the leadership that I'm developing and doing, and I am. So we have talked about the characteristics of a leader, right? We have said about already our vision. We have spoken about our vision. We have spoken as well as our power. And now we're speaking about the third component of a leader, which are the values. Okay. Values are really, really important. Without values, it's difficult for us to perhaps force and enforce something in life. Okay. So there's some things that work between an organization as a leader of a community, as a personal relationship with yourself and others, and as interrelation with people, okay, for personal growth. Now, five things that value brings is these terminologies, okay, that maybe in the process of life, you know them already. It's something that you always work on. It's something you have in you always, okay? But to really understand how impactful these values are, you need to know where you are at now, okay? And what things are you doing to increase these values in your own leadership, in the business you're doing, perhaps in anything that you're doing, maybe to finish a project, or perhaps by doing a community, okay? I think all of us in here, we have that leadership values. That's why we're raised upon a big community, which is globally given by Success World One Academy. Okay. And all of us, we have responsibility of getting this very, very, very knowledge in our life first. We cannot ask to anybody else something that we don't have or we possess. Okay. And that's something that we have to internalize. That is not easy sometimes, because as we go along, we have many choices, many choices. Okay. And perhaps there's going to be a time where those choices will put, your integrity, your global responsibility, the transformation that it brings, the excellence that does, and the commitment that it is in a very, very lenient line. And you would have to make a choice in order to empower, or I may say disempower, but it's really to get an advantage over what you're doing. Okay, we're gonna see it in details, but I would love to do like an activity right now with us through what we're talking. If someone right now here may have a business, may have a relation, of a project that they're doing, maybe doing something that it correlates to what we're saying about your integrity, global responsibility, your transformation, your excellence, your commitment. Or, you embrace these and you have seen results and you want to share what you have done with your values that have given results. It have been done a success. It have been given already an opportunity to someone else to grow. Or maybe you're duplicating these values, perhaps in the things you're doing. And by doing so, people will follow what you're doing. So I would love for anybody of you here who wants to share their story. And then maybe we can talk about it before we go ahead with each detail indeed. Anybody? Let's see, somebody raise their hand. I think Derek, no, we have Galaxy 8. Okay. I think you can open your microphone. That will be great.
Sure, I just did. Greetings to you, everybody. Great, I can see you. My name is Tawanda Makwiramiti here right in Zimbabwe. I'm a founding member of an international organization which is called Greenlight International Trust. A Greenlight International Trust, which is a non-profit capacity development organization, which we founded in 2005 with the aim of helping all the underprivileged members of society. Therefore, I've been inspired by Dr. Miles Monroe concerning issues that to do with leadership. Henceforth, I get to believe that leadership is the capacity within an individual to influence others through service delivery, which is through inspiration. So therefore, with these principles of believing that leadership is service delivery, I had nurtured a number of people from the services that I provide from 2005. Probably I can say up to now, I've got 8 people that have also managed to register their organizations, their institutions, through service delivery and inspiration, telling each and everybody that as we are born and created in this world, everyone is created with the ability to do something that is great. Everyone, if you are a woman, I would say we'd rather see a queen in you. If you are a man, we say we see a king in you. So mentorship is then to say one has to learn to believe in himself or myself, even when I'm not rich, when I do not have everything that I have. I just have to believe that everything it is well, even though the way I do things, I'll be doing these things as if I'm someone who possesses everything that I already have, so that I'll be having a right attitude in my life, in everything that I do. When I woke up, even when I have some disappointments, I don't have to embrace the disappointments, but embrace the hope and faith to say I can still make it tomorrow. Therefore, I would encourage others that if you've got something that you need to do, despite the challenges that you face on a daily basis or in your activities, on your family or on social or in business, there's need of this value to say there is tomorrow. There is value to say I can do it no matter what I've experienced, because sometimes the challenges that we face, they make us stronger to move forward rather than to go back.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me raise my voice again. I'm raising my voice. What we need to do is to believe in the fact that you have a vision. Do not consider putting your vision first, but you have the right principles to say with these principles, I will have to make it. So when you face difficulties, I think it's network from African side. I think it's when you face difficulties, you should not prioritize difficulties, but at least rather prioritize the positive results that you'll be experiencing in order for you to be pushing others and helping others to follow you. Because once you provide positive inspiration, positive activities, positive automatically you find people will start following you.
Thank you very much. I don't know if it's me.
No, there's a problem with his connection. We cannot hear him. Galaxy, we can't hear you properly.
You will be delivering. I thank you with my information for tonight.
Thank you so
I
much.
thank you. I hand over back to you.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry, but the connection is being a little bit weaky there, but
I'm sure it's network. Let me try to walk around again to see if I can be open. Okay, from here, can you hear me clearly here?
yes, let me just follow some steps here because the communication is being a little difficult, perhaps, but I think you have given us an opportunity to understand that the empowered platform you're using has a global responsibility as a leader, and it does have also an integrity that has to follow, right? And you see people transforming themselves because they follow these steps, that follows the bodies that are in between. Excellence is something that's difficult sometimes to achieve if not everybody is in the same mission, vision, and passion, right? But when we're all together, all connecting with the same spirit, with the same amount of knowledge or diversity of knowledge, but in place, having things done in a proper manner where everybody is colliding in the same place, I think we can get through that excellence easy. A commitment is something that we have to do regardless. We don't have to wait for somebody to be committed. We have to be committed ourselves definitely and indefinitely in time. Okay. So thank you so much for that help. And let's go by. I think we can start with these different classification of what means each of it and everything that we're talking about. But if anybody has a question right now or want to say something, I would love for you to participate. I just don't want to do this as only me. I think by living and listening to people, we all learn. If you want to say something, Ms. Nadia, our queen, go ahead, please, and we can listen to you, or otherwise we can continue.
Yes, please, Professor Rosemarie, if you can continue.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So this is one of the things that we listen or we hear a lot. Our integrity, right? Our integrity is something that equals trust. If we really think that people will follow what we do, we really start talking to ourselves first. You know, are you trusting your process, right? Are you providing a clear and conscious and credible vision, right? What you said is what you do, right? What you really, your intentions are, it's really something that's giving me an opportunity to also be included, right? And then that's the most important process when people start trusting you, trusting your organization, trusting what you're doing, trusting the path you're going through, trusting you regardless if you have the all results that's supposed to be, okay? Because in our process of trusting and in our process of getting a result as a leader in a something that we put as a mission, vision, and passion, right? We all grow. And there's gonna be steps down and up. But as we lead in that steps and that follow path, we need to have people who trust in us. So how will people trust in us? Because our integrity never changes. Never changes, regardless of the process and the things that are coming along. And that's something that, to be honest with you, is not simple. It's not simple. But it's something that if you always have in mind, you always think about, you always, when you talk, show and prove, it will be easier and it will be simple. So our integrity starts from when we are at home, as leaders of our home, as leader of our community, as leader of our own business, as leader of the platforms we're empowering, you know, and integrity will show that in fact what you said and it's been said makes sense, is foreign. You follow me? Because sometimes we may say, you know what, I'm going to do this, but at the end it flips over and people loses the vision because you start doing something that wasn't said or approved or meant to be, you know. And then how can you get that trust back to people again? You know, there's something that says, if you ever lose my trust, you will never get me back. And I think as leaders, we put that position as well. You see? So that's why we have to be having always a credible vision, a credible vision. And that goes along with our reputation. That goes along with our value as a human being. If we're people that are honest, our integrity is not collapsing, because it does not mean that in certain time when we have something very difficult to do, we cannot be honest. Yes, we will be honest if we made a mistake, but that's where our integrity hits, by being honest, by being real, by being right to the point, by being who you are, essence. That's how our integrity equals trust. Now, as we leaders, we have a global responsibility more than ever, you know. I used to remember that if I wanted to have a conference or an impactful information or a knowledge or a time of getting my my different studies done, I sometimes I have to travel, right? And it depends upon, you know, flight time, doing a good logistic, you know. So everything was more difficult back days. Now, because we're in COVID, our global responsibilities start opening much more, you know. We happen to have now the time where most things are easier to do. Believe me, it's easier to do all connections today. I don't have to travel to Mexico to find someone that I met years back and now I'm doing business with. You see, now I'm going to have a business globally, regardless if that person is in Mexico, Argentina, Paris, or who else. You know, I have an opportunity to have my talent directly impacting my interpersonal relationship, myself, in digital and entrepreneurial platforms. So because of this, we have a big responsibility once again, because maybe our opportunities are open abroad, and maybe to really have that trust among so many other people is something harder, because now we have more to be with other people. So you see, we're expanding our wings, but at the same time, by expanding it, it becomes more difficult, because now even technology is giving us that opportunity. We have to be in a certain way for everybody, regardless of the position, time, geographical mission, you know, and we are among a lot of people. So it is empowered to be in this society of digitally economical platforms, but at the same time, it is taking a much more responsibility for us to be seen, for us to be followed, for us to be in trust, for us to be acknowledged, for us to have all the reasons for people to do something with you. So it is something important we have to think. It's not only in our house, it is a global responsibility to be a leader always. And if we think that way, we open up our boardrooms to other countries, to other regions, to other forms of businesses, to other forms of conferences, to other forms of anything you're doing. Today, you're here. And you live Georgia, you live in Nigeria, you live in, I don't know, Latin America, you live anywhere and you're listening. Something I'm giving in my best endeavor to you. You see? So for me, it's a global responsibility. Right now, more than ever. So we got to understand what our startup plan. What is the plan we're teaching people? Are we following it? It's done properly, you know? It's already my commitment through humanity, working to my favor, you know? So all these questions, it will be something you have to really work and perhaps get acknowledged with. But I tell you, as you're doing more work and as you're approaching more to that, more open doors will come, as long as you don't believe that your values are different from anywhere apart from what you're doing, but increased into be a better, I will say, ecosystem between you. You know what I mean? So thank you. We have Dr. David Perkins. Hi, how are you? Thank you for being here. Just came in. Okay, we're talking also about transformation. In our values, we're going to be having evolution. That's something we have spoken before. But as we transform ourselves into very human beings, into a very academic person with more learning and teaching lessons, into getting acknowledged at doing something big as legacy, or maybe a knowledge of a new career you're doing, or maybe a trade skill that you're forming, or you may be doing something impactful with the Academy of Success for One already. You're talking to a lot of people, you know, letting them know that they can be attracted to some way of doing, you know, their teaching education in another way, with integrity, with a passion, and also dynamic system of learning, you know. As you evolve, and you're doing an evolution, there is transformation. All of us in different places, we are still being transformed because one person thought big enough. This is how we're being transformed right now through this academy. And that was our Queen Nadia Hariri. You see? So the influences about your results and being a leader will also transform the platforms you're in. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'm giving these teaching classes today, but you're not less far from what you're reading or listening and reading and studying with me right now. You are as the same, because why you choose to be in a leadership class? Because you're a leader and you may have been doing all this already, but all you're doing right now is to increase to your favor the teaching classes that can really empower more, or remind you the responsibility you have, or making it more clear, or having the vision open up and be clear more. You see? So we are transforming all the time. And this is what a leader does. Pure transformation. Okay? Now, through that transformation, there's excellence. This part I love. Eh? You know, sometimes people say, oh, I have to be with 100 people to be the excellence. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. You are the excellence from the day one. You wake up in your bed, you open up your eyes, you said to God or whoever you believe, thank you, I'm alive. You know, you're a leader, so therefore you're an excellence for everything you do. The only thing that requires excellence is that you always see clear that the success you belong, you have with you, that is defined by you, that is really a definition that is yours. And that everything you do, regardless is big, small, medium, even going through the steps outside, walking on the street, you know, you can do something powerful and in excellence to others. You see? But people sometimes said, oh no, I have to have so much money to be the excellence for showing people results and being really the leader that I have to be. No, that's not true. Sorry. You know, by having little or much more, the only thing that changes your responsibility. But excellence You can always be the same. You can always produce excellent. You just have to change your mindset to produce that each and everything you do. So we have to be very clear and concise on what we want as an excellence in our lives. And commitment. This is the most difficult, eh? Including me, honestly, including myself, okay? Being committed is something that we have to see as a condition of mental life, of your mental health. What I mean for this, everything you do has a commitment, everything. It doesn't matter if you're going to the supermarket every week, you are the person who purchased the groceries for your family, and you are the person who brings the groceries and then cook for them. That's always a commitment. You see, you're doing something special for that matter. Okay. But it doesn't matter if you're not the cooker of the house, if you're not the person who does all these purchases, but you know what? You have somebody else who does it, and then you lead into that person and said, I want for this week this type of food that we're gonna cook, and we have to be committed not to be out of the side of getting more chips, more sugar. You see, it's another type of commitment. Yeah. Or it doesn't matter if you have a commitment right now that you have to bring 30 people here to this platform, Success for One Academy, and you're a leader, and this is something you have in your mind already set up. You have to bring those 30 people next week. You need to do your commitment. How will you do? You have to talk at least 10 people every day, then telling them, and then you do your math. See what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. The commitment is excellence. It is global responsibility. It's being successful. It's being having all the components we just spoke now, which are your values. This is the reason why people define values in their lives, because they're committed. They're having trust. They're thinking about other people's lives. They never are doing something without integrity. A committed person does believe that excellence is the process of everything they do. And it says in here, the quality of a person's life is a direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their choosing field of endeavor. You see what I told you? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where we're located. It doesn't matter who we are. It doesn't matter what things we have. It doesn't matter how many things we have and we're doing. We as leaders always will belong to a commitment in anything we do. Since our personal lives, since our professional organization, all gets to a commitment. And if we follow this, and we understand it as a process of the integrity of these values, it becomes easy, because then life has everything, a commitment, it has a story, it has a global responsibility, it has something that you have to really perform to excellence, and it will be easier. You don't see it far away from you, you see it as a whole. So thank you so much. This has been a pleasure to give you this a small class, but I think very powerful. I would love to listen to any questions you may have, or you want to add on upon your experience. Maybe you have done something significant for the world, and we'd love to hear from you as a leader. Or perhaps this opened up your eyes and said, you know what? Wow, I really have to start up doing what I've been talking with me a long time, where I've been always envisioning, but I haven't taken the first step in my values, which is the commitment and equity of trust, you know? So I would love to listen. I'm very thankful for this time. We have a raised hand. Let me see, one moment. I don't know if Techno Spark can open now, his microphone. Hello, how are you? He was introduced by Derek Herbert. So I think you brought him here, Derek. Thank you for that. Well, our Queen Nadia, do you have any question? You want to say something in regards before we leave?
I believe that yes, the most interesting question that we have to ask to our people is what they have learned today. Yes, what
I
they have
agree.
learned today.
I
And
agree.
where, yes, and where they place themselves in the teaching of today.
That's a very good question because to be honest with you, sometimes we listen, we really think about it. We start thinking, do I belong there? Do I have to be doing this? And then at the end, we always have the answer in our hearts and even in our thoughts. But to bring it up and say, yes, I'm committed, I want to do this, it's so difficult for human beings. And to be honest with you, I committed today to change my habits of health. You know, I'm gonna start doing my type of eating, you know, in a different way with different hours and with some rules, you know. So I think this class came up to me very, very nice because I've said I have to commit and I can say and say and say I have to do. So that's for me. But I don't know if someone wants to say something. I think there's a message here. Mr. Hawkins, can I hear from you? Oh, that's great. Mr. Hawkins, where are you right now? He was here. I really don't know. What about
Several people are facing some problem with their connection. I can see coming, going. Yes.
gosh?
You know,
Yes.
the beauty of your course is that we are talking about motivational leadership for entrepreneurs. We have a lot of people, they are entrepreneurs, but their business sometimes is stuck and they are asking themselves what to do. And they are just, from that moment, they just lose self-confidence in them. But we need to help to these people by telling them, don't worry, probably it's stuck because you have something more to learn and you have something within you that you have to wake up. You know, lot of, at the minute you start to think that you are already in process of changing, transforming and creating a new perspective of what you have to do. And this is really amazing. And others, they want to open something, but they don't have the chance, or they don't also trust themselves enough to go ahead, you know. And several people are saying, you know, I cannot open my own business because I don't have money, you know. And this is the problem of a lot of people. And to these people, you have given a course, very interesting course today, to that everything starts from you. Everything starts from an idea, because all the rich people, they were not rich at the beginning. They had an idea and they started to feed their idea with their faith and self-confidence in them, and to be loyal to themselves, and to just like reveal this excellence in them that you spoke about. And this is just amazing. We have here several also entrepreneurs, and like, for example, Dr. Rashid is entrepreneurs, also Emmanuel, Derek. We have only leaders with us, and this is very interesting. So it will be just amazing to hear from them and how they are leading their business, how they see the leadership in their business. It will be, we have also a great personality with us, and she is also a big teacher in our academy. It's our sister Tega. She is teaching graphic. Thanks to her, people can do graphics, do poster, do do also some videos. We are learning from her. Thanks to her, I can do different things. So she is also a great personality.
Wow.
So if anyone wants to intervene and say what they have learned today, what the course of today had added in your life as an entrepreneur, it will be great.
I love it. I would love to listen. I think Otara wants to talk. That would be great. And then I will add something very powerful you said, and tell you, you know, if she wants to talk, let her talk, and then I will add something to the value you just said, because uh, I can tell you I've been in the lows, very lows, and I've been in the very highs. As you know, the entrepreneur are like this, right? As a right. But one of the things sometimes people have most in their hands or in their mindset is, I have no money, therefore I cannot have a business. And that's the most limited and limiting acknowledgement that you're doing to yourself. You know, I've done so many businesses with $0, zero, and they have produced income and results. Zero. The only thing I had is this, and the willing and the power to do so, you know? And for these people who are thinking that way, all I can tell you is right now you have to get up, write everything you want to do, and start seeking for the people who can partner up with you. See the opportunities outside, how you can grasp them. You said someone here does different things, PowerPoint, things like that. If you're good at it, start giving your services, create a name. Start talking to people. Go into your list of Facebook, go into your list of YouTube. You need to stand up. Knock, knock, knock. Because by knocking, you open the door. I told you, I work with people from different countries, and I'm here in Canada. And these people got to me. I never asked, they got to me. And they told me, I want to work with you. What do I have to do? And I said, let me see who you are. Let me see what you do. And as soon as I see that, I said, I need you. So you see, but they ask for it. They seek for it. You see? So that's why we need to start empowering ourselves by talking that limited thoughts in your mindset that says, oh, you're not valued, you don't have all the teaching lessons. No, perhaps no. Let work your own will by giving them the power you have. And those limiting thoughts, give them power and go to your mission and vision and passion and create results. Thank you. Dr. David Perkins, go ahead. You can talk, yes. Maybe you open the microphone. I can't hear nothing. Okay, well, until he's able to talk to us, any other person, I think it's really important what you said, dear Queen, because to be honest with you, it's so sad when we have so much inside here in us. We're so talented, and we think by talent, we're able to create things. I'm sorry, talent may work and help you, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Talent, everybody's talented in this world, everybody. But the ones that win, the ones that say, I have to stand up, go and do. And then the development of your talent world that you have will create passion, will start racing, will create so many things because you have chosen the first decision to raise and be above. But that's the first step. That's why we have to understand we're leaders from day one we were born. Because of that, the talents that we have already, those are the ones we have to work out. How? By doing, by proving, by showing, by talking, by relating with people, by being united. That's another thing. Sometimes people, they want to reach so many things, but they want to do individually. Sorry, this world is not for that. This world is for being united. That's why our beautiful queen have brought us all together here, because I'm learning, you're learning, and all of us, we get as experience, and then we work together in some way. If our Dr. Nadia Queen, she comes and says, Rosemary, I need help, I will open my arms. Okay, yeah, here I am. You see, if Raj tell me, you know what, I need something in this place, do you know nobody? Or maybe a someone. Oh, let me see. Yes, I will. Okay, let me connect you with. You see, the power of the voice. Dr. Perkin, can you talk? He can. Okay.
I
We
think
have
he has
somebody
problem
else.
with his microphone.
Yes.
This is very important to say also, because it's touching the leadership. A lot of people are complaining about poverty, but the biggest poverty of the world is the ignorance and the lack of love that we have within us. So when you want to change the situation, you have to accept the change. You have to change your attitude and reform completely your mindset. So if we stop focus and cultivating poverty of the mind, and we just wake up this leader that we have within us, we will be able to change our world. Because when you stop thinking and cultivating poverty, you stop focusing on your troubles, you just see the solution. Focus on the abundance that you have within you. This billion and billion of cells that are working for you day and night to make a body working, healthy, sleeping, looking, etc., working. This is very important. When you realize the abundance that you have within you, you are able to change your life, and you become the leader of your life first. Then when you lead your life, you will become an example to the others. Your business will flourish because you will shine. You will reveal the best expression of yourself. And this is very important to say. Stop cultivating poverty and limit. Challenge your own challenges. Challenge your own challenges. And you will see that life is simple. Life is easy. Life has only solution. We are not born to be poor or to suffer. We are here for experiencing the things. And when you decide to welcome life and see another vision of different things, your life will change. If you want that your business flourish, you have to reveal that within yourself. Reveal what you want within yourself, and just have faith in you. And when you have faith in you, all the other particles will come to you, because you are light, you are energy, electromagnetic. So it means that you will attract exactly the similar of what you are projecting. So this
Wow.
is what I just wanted to say.
Thank you so much. You know what? I have a story. I used to have a client that he got a very bad crash in an accident in the motorcycle. And then they said to him, you know what, you won't be able to do any jobs anymore, no walk much, like your life changed. Okay. And it was unbelievable. This guy got a suit case that he had. He's suing somebody because the accident was created, I think, by the problem with the motorcycle. So he got money. He was safe for life. Okay. living okay, not living as a millionaire, but living okay. And I remember his words. He told me, they mutilated me in certain way, but they never mutilated me in doing so. And he opened up a business of cleaning the windows. So I said, why don't you do something else? Because, you know, that's physical work. He says, I know I can do this. So instead of staying home, because doctor said, you know, you won't be able to do anything else because of the trauma that you have in your body, which it was painful for him. You know, it was raining, he will be out. You know, it was not raining, beautiful day, he will be out doing the business. And he said, I have to be committed regardless. He's still doing the business. So you see what I mean? So I said to myself, and we're saying we can, you know, like him, there's many other people, right? But I'm putting that example. You know, sometimes we just are the one who make this not work. Simple. Because to be honest with him, but with you, he doesn't have the need. He will always have his money to live, believe me. But he said, no, I'm not gonna stay home. I'm gonna do something where I see happiness. Because the minute he entered to that business and he cleared the dirt outside in the windows, he was giving happiness to these people. He's brighter, more customers. That's what he said to me. And I applaud him. I said, that's great. Do you know what? Something I can help you? Tell me about it. We'll set things because I know other businesses in the area, you know, and I helped him. So that's why I'm trying to tell you. You are the one who limits your own needs, your powerful mind, your step on. You think you need money to invest to do a business? Think twice. You can start from scratch with nothing. But this will come from creativity. We have talked about this. Start being the leader who you are and embrace that because you can. We have Tega Okoro who raised the hand. Do you want to say something, dear friend? There's many
Okay.
different. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. It's been a great lecture, and I will applaud you because you've really taught so many inspiring and things that will push people to go beyond their comfort zone, because a lot of people have decided to sit and just remain in one position thinking, I cannot do it, like you said. And like I always believe is one of my inspirational quotes, if you say I can, then you will. Because if you don't believe in yourself that you can do it, then you will not be able to do it. But when you say I can do it, you will do it. So from what you've been saying about starting up businesses without funds, yes, it is very possible. And last year, the COVID year was something that really pushed a lot of people to realize that they could do a lot with themselves without going out, without interacting with people. A lot of people made millions from inside their homes, and even without investing a penny, because COVID kept us all inside the house, but it did not limit us. It did not limit our knowledge. It did not limit our personality. We had the opportunity to sell knowledge. We had the opportunity to inspire people. We had the opportunity to meet with people, even via Zoom. And I think it was the COVID really helped people to discover their personalities, to discover their talent, to discover their inner beings. And these are things that people really need. They need to push themselves. By pushing themselves, they will know their better selves. They will know what they can do and how they'll realize how they can do it to earn. You don't just sit back and money will come to you. Like you said, you have to knock on the door. And when the door opens, you get what you want. So even the Bible says in Matthew 7:7, ask and it shall be given unto you, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened. So if you don't take that bold step, you are not going anywhere. You have to take the step. And like my queen said, a lot of people are dying of ignorance. Yes, because they see it is in their face. Like, people are in need. These days, a lot of people make money from the needs of other people. Because when you see your neighbor is in need of something and you know you can do it. Okay, I will make an example with a lot of people that are doing drop shipping. I hope I'm not talking too much. A lot of people that are doing drop shipping nowadays, they sit in their home and they see one person advertises a particular item, maybe a fashion item like a dress, and then they pick up the picture and post it on their social media platform, maybe on their WhatsApp status, on their Facebook page, and they include their own, they add a markup, they add something for themselves, and then they sell off. That way, they've been able to create businesses for themselves without even having an inventory, without stocking up goods, because by the time the customer orders for it, they contact the seller and they supply. They might not even touch the goods. The person will just deliver to the client that needs it. So there are so many ways that we could help ourselves by moving, by pushing ourselves. We don't have to sit back and say, no, I don't have the funds. No, I don't have I don't have the people. I don't have the courage. If you don't have the courage, you can do it behind your phone. If you don't have the funds, you can sell knowledge. Knowledge is something that you can sell without even doing and putting inventory. If you don't have the knowledge, then you can sell someone else's knowledge. There are a lot of people that organize classes and they don't even have knowledge for it, but they will get people together that have this knowledge and then do adverts. And when people pay for the classes, they get paid. So you could sell other people's knowledge if you don't have the knowledge. And if you don't have the money for goods, you could sell other people's goods and make money. So I will just stop here because I think I'm taking too much time. But all I want to say is, like what I said at the beginning, if you say I can, then you will. You have to have that belief in yourself. You have to have that faith in yourself. And back to the Bible again, said even if your faith is as small as mustard seed, you can move mountains. So if you should even have faith as big as a pillow, or even as big as an apple, so imagine what you can do. Because if you can move mountains with faith as small as mustard seed, then my dear, you can move mountains, you can move nations with faith as big as apple. So we just have to believe in ourselves. A lot of things that I have done, I keep saying is, even people like Queen Nadia, I am this kind of person that sometimes I draw back. I wouldn't want to talk to people, but then I tell myself, if I try, even if the person tell me, go away, I will not talk to you, fine, I know I have tried. But I take the step forward. I talk to people that on a normal ground, I might not be able to reach out to them, but I take that step, I take the bold step. So if you start today by taking the bold step, then tomorrow you might fail. Everybody has their own failed stories. Everybody has times that they have fallen while they are doing things, but your ability to dust yourself, pick up yourself, clean up yourself, and begin again, that makes you a better person. Because by the time you move ahead, you've gotten the experience of the previous failure, and that you can use to make your tomorrow better than your yesterday. So thank you very much.
I love it. I love it. Tega. That's why from the beginning, I always said leadership is responsibility. And that's what the whole problem is in this world. People, they don't want to take responsibility of their own cause and effect. And when we choose to have responsibility, then everything flourish because we have decided that we are aiming to have what we believe we need, which is our vision, mission, passion, purpose, results. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love your talk. Emmanuel Sika Narteri. You can talk to us.
Hello.
Nobody burn leadership. We must teach anybody he wants build himself to be leader. Uh, Example, the student learned at university. Any branch, economic or another branch, the business different learned at university. The business, maybe you must make analyze the marketing, the build plan, how you can sell. We must get power. How we can make power? We must have material and capital. If you have material and you have capital, you can make business. But if you haven't, you must love your work. You must love yourself to be get power. I cannot speak more than because I am traveling around me some person. I cannot talk more than. I am sorry. I lost this program. I am very happy to talk with you. Thank you, my professor. Thank you, Queen Nadia. Hello, everybody in this meeting. That is a great meeting. I wish everybody good time. Thank you for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. It's been really a pleasure, Dr. Rashid Kara Ahmed. It's important. You see, by us, all of us getting into an agreement, right? An agreement is important, but I think all perspectives that we've spoken give us the same conclusion. You know, it is about what you do, what you said, and what you want. And get up and stand up and go for it, because definitely your dreams can come through. But remember, tons of things we got to do in order to achieve. And I think we are in a good place, and we are in a place where we belong. And I think all the different comments that are here make sense and are coherent. There was here Dr. David Perkins. He said, "Thank you for this great conference. You're a versatile visionary leader. Congratulations to all participants." Ambassador David B. Perkins. Thank you so much. That's really nice. Inga say thank you a lot, dear. Dr. Rashid said, Queen Nadia, you're wonderful, and the professor also deserves respect and appreciation. You're wonderful in accurate science interpretation. Thank you, Dr. Rashid, and he leaves his number from Turkey. Oh, Turkey, nice, beautiful. Okay, and then we listen to all of you. I don't know if you have something else to say, or we're able to come back next week, same time. I know Paris changed the time zone. Now it will be 2 o'clock my time.
I think that Emmanuel wants to say something.
Oh yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello to everyone. I'm very happy to be here. And I want to relate to what the subject you're teaching, that's the leadership and then entrepreneurship. Leadership, I would say we are all leading a course in this world. We are coming from somewhere and we are going somewhere. We have a destination. So in the natural sense, we are leading a course. That makes us all leaders. But the problem is, which direction are you leading yourself to? What path are you walking on? Where are you leading yourself to? You might be leading yourself to the wrong place with the wrong people, and even acquiring the wrong knowledge, and knowledge you don't need. So if we look at it from that angle, we find ourselves doing something, but we are not getting results. We are not getting the right results that will make you feel fulfilled. Now, the person who is leading himself to the right places, acquiring the right knowledge, talking to the right people who will motivate him, who will show him the way to go, that person will definitely succeed. So we hear people say, some people will say entrepreneurship is difficult. Yes, it's difficult. They have the right to say that. Somebody too will say entrepreneurship is easy. That person is also correct.
Mhm.
It's all because their mindset defines their kind of leadership. The kind of mindset they have determines whether entrepreneurship is easy or it's difficult. And I like the military approach. Even if I can't fight you, I'll attack first. And um, if you don't see yourself to be a winner, you are not going to win. Failure begins with fear. And if we don't recognize that, to change that mindset, we are always going to see ourselves at the bottom. We're never going to grow up. And when it comes to business, I mean, success, you can't get it for free. It's not a pack to work on. It doesn't come easy. But once you love what you are doing, once you fall in love with it, it becomes easy. You don't feel the pain. You don't see it to be difficult. Just love what you're doing, fall in love with it, and move with it. And in doing that, you also acquire the right knowledge, the right skill, the right information to enhance what you're trying to do. There are a lot of problems in this world. And once there's problems are money. Once you provide a solution to these problems. So we don't have any excuse to say we don't have the means to start a business. We don't have the means to start something on our own. We don't have anything to offer. We just limit ourselves and we are in the dark. Meanwhile, the light we are looking for is in us. And if we don't spark that light, we are never going to shine. The darkness that surrounds us is there for a reason. It's there to challenge us to come out with our shine. For us to shine and to lead the path for others to follow. And if we don't do that and we always create excuses for us, we definitely going to fail. Now, sometimes people will say they don't have money. Fine, money is important. But if you don't have money, knowledge is free. You can easily acquire knowledge and sell that knowledge and use that knowledge to solve problems. And sometimes do people want to hit $1 million in a day, which is not possible. Start small. Start small. Get the little coins around you. And gradually, once you improve on what you are doing, the problem you are solving, the solution you are offering, people will start recognizing you. People will start approaching you. And then you can measure your progress in terms of money, in terms of wealth, in terms of value. So there's a lot to it. We just have to open up our minds. We just have to allow ourselves to learn if we don't know anything. We should believe in ourselves and know that we are leaders right here on earth. We are here for a purpose, and we need to find that purpose within ourselves. If we don't pay attention to those things, we're never going to see ourselves fulfilling in life. So this is something small I wanted to share.
Bravo, Emmanuel. I love your name, by the way. Emmanuel with us. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think, have you come here to the different classes I've done before, like the teaching classes I've done in the past days. Have you been here?
Yes, I've been here twice.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been here.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because yes, in fact, I think Emmanuel have resumed all the things we have seen so far. Like it's all about our perspective. It's all about how we really um, manage to and to see our endeavors too, right? Like I love when he says, um, if you want light, seek for light, right? If you want darkness, you're already in darkness. In this life, we're already in darkness. Just have to go and create the energy we have it as the light that goes through, and people will really see our honesty. We really see who we are. We don't need to fake, by anything we do, because people will see indeed. Yes, there is that part of a human being really wants to do much more. And I think poverty, like our amazing queen Nadia has said, is in our mindset. Is always in our mindset. There's no need to be poor in order to be poor in our mindset. There's no need to be very rich in order to be rich in our mindset. Like antagonism works both ways and vice versa. But we really have to really empower ourselves with the people we're going to grow with. And I think you're doing it today. You're here for that reason. And I'm very thankful because your words give me again a confirmation that we are in a good path. We're doing what's supposed to be and demanded from us, but it's really us, nobody else, right? So it's like when we're changing a pattern, they said that in 21 days you can change a habit, you see? And I think it's very, very accurate that. I think when we start doing something different, let's say if we were driving in a certain way and we start shifting the direction we go always to home, let's say, and then we said this is going to be the direction I'm going to take always, as much as we're doing it consistently and in sequence, we start creating a habit, and then it change that process, and then it becomes much easier. That's how really leadership works also, although for entrepreneurs and for leaders by itself, of what they're doing in anything in life, right? So I think it helps a lot what you said. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. And anybody else, or you want to finish, our dear queen?
Yes, I thank Emmanuel and Tega, Dr. Rashid for their participation and also their amazing words. Probably I see that Derek wants to say something before we end. Yes, please go, Derek, before we end.
All right. Thank you very much for the beautiful session. I think I just want to recognize what the professors talked about, especially on the values of a reader, where she talked about excellence. I think in my case, I believe in excellence. And when we talk about excellence, those people who want fast results, they can never go for excellence, because excellence is doing things, following all the processes. If it means to face the struggles, you need to endure it with the perseverance. If it means to climb, you need to go for it. So me, I'm a person who believes in my profession, whereby if I'm to do anything, if I found anything worthy to do, I need to do it 100%, because excellence rejects shortcuts. I loved what I learned from Plato. I'm a fan of Plato. I like listening from Plato. He said that I never did anything by accident, nor did any of my invention came by accident. They all came through hard work and perseverance. So that to me speaks that in all that he did, though he faced the challenges, but he never thought of using a shortcut. So maybe he could think he can achieve it very fast. No, he always went for a for a right procedure, which led him to the final destination. So I think the appeal that I can give to all my fellow startups, I know there are fellow startups in this room who are pursuing their careers, they are doing their business and all that. The only advice that I can tell them is that there is no such thing like overnight 24 hours can turn into a worldwide phenomenon. Everything is a process. We need to start small. As we start small, let's also have a plan, because Town Robin says that a dream without a plan is just a wish. So even as we hope for that luxury life where we think we need maybe to be in these expensive cars, what is the radar or what is the strategy that is going to lead us so that we can achieve that life? So it's very important to be very smart, especially in the entrepreneurship world. There's a lot of rejections, there's a lot of failures. I've been in entrepreneurship for almost some 3 years since I've started my business. And today I can testify that the journey is not straightforward. It is full of struggles. Sometimes you feel like you are just eating the same hole again and again. But with determination, with focus, and especially knowing what you want, helps you to endure all the processes. So thank you very much, Professor. I wanted just to add on the word excellence. It speaks so much to me.
Thank you. So beautiful. Your words are empowered through the results you get. And I think I said my life as entrepreneur, or we as entrepreneur, we're like, when we're going in this carousel, or we're going in this, how you call those, when you go to these parks, mechanical parks that you go on to the rides, it's the same thing, one day so good, the next day it's out. Okay, get up. And that's why we need this type of coaching. We really need to be motivated all the time. And motivation doesn't come from anybody, it comes from you each and every day. But how will you get the motivation? Is seeking, forcing, going through the crisis to really notice what is wrong and what you can change, but at the same time, to go and acknowledge what other people have done that may have given results, and then you imitate. You're not going to be the same. That's not what I'm saying. You imitate their habits. You understand? Because they have done something good. They have done something achievable. They have been successful for a reason. There's always processes that work in any industry, in anything you do. It's the same thing. Discipline is one of them. You're not a disciplined person, I'm sorry. It's going to take you a long term to get things done. You see? But if you're a person who's diligent in discipline, in processes, and work systematically, get achievable many things. But how will you get that? That's the trick question. It does take time. It does take effort. It does take practice. It does take fail and error. It does take cause and effect. And that's what we're going through. That's what really entrepreneurship is about. Thank you so much. Do you have any words, dear Queen?
Yes, I want to say thank you so much. I am so proud of our entrepreneurs, our young entrepreneurs like Emmanuel and Derek. And wow, I love them. They are just amazing. We can hear the words of wisdom from them, and this is just wonderful. And remember that money, we are talking a lot about money and all that. Money is just an energy. And if you want this energy and reach this energy, you have to vibrate at the same frequency than this energy, and you will see you catch it anytime. So trust yourself, vibrate, you are light, feed this light. There's only one food for the light that you are, is love. And if you do everything by love, you will reach anything you want. So thank you so much for being with us today. It was an awesome session. We thank our Professor Rosemarie Sanchez. He is just amazing, like always. Thank you, everyone. So we catch up next week, same day, same hour, same platform, same professor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And just to complete and finish, I love what Derek said. He says, excellent reject shortcut. And you can use that celebrity phrase if it's not from somebody. I have never heard it, but I love how you said it. And that's you, Derek Herbert. So I
Yes.
just wanted
Thank you so very much. Excellent job. Thank you.
thank you, Inga. Thank you. Nice to
Thank
see
you,
Welcome.
Inga. You want to say something?
Dear Nadia, wow, my respect to you. I'm proud of you. I love you. Thank you very much.
We love you too, Inga. Anytime. Thank you.
Well, thank you, dear. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's been many messages here. I think it's productive, this class. Come next time the same way, open and willing to learn and listening. And I listen back and we listen back. And you know what? Those great things. Let's talk next week. What do you have new? And we can support ourselves, perhaps. Thank you so much. I'm leaving. Thank you, dear Queen
Bye.
Nadia. Everybody, thank you.
Bye,
Thank you, Derek.
everyone. Have a
Bye.
wonderful
Thank
and
you.
blessed evening.